They think to me. I don't get the choice. What was your favorite part of the physical aspect of becoming Superman?
How do I say this? You know what? Getting in that kind of shape was incredibly hard work, and it was, you know, a gruel and a slog every day to get up at 3 in the morning and train before work, and it would ultimately end up being a 15-hour day. It was exhausting, but I got to be in that kind of shape. I had an amazing trainer in Mark Twight, and when you are feeling that strong, it's a good feeling. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, you feel very fit and healthy, and so just that feeling of health and fitness, and yeah, that was probably the best part of it, just feeling healthy. Thank you.
I asked about, we were actually presenting the actual #1 comic book at a party last night, and we were next to each other in line, and I had my arm around his waist, and ladies, fabulous, fabulous.
I'll tell a funny anecdote. I brought my sons on the set when we were filming. I don't know if you remember this, but I timed it so that Henry would be in the costume when my kids were on the set, and I'd been saying, you know, yeah, we're Superman. No, you don't. And, so my now 6-year-old was, I don't know, 4.5, and we went on set, and the cape a lot of the times was digital, so Henry was in the costume. But my son introduced him to Henry and said, hey, this is Superman. And he looked at me and said, no, you're not. Where's your cape? And he was like, he's not Superman.
I proved him wrong then.
Yeah.
Hey, you comics artists.
And so the next film we're making, we're already in pre-production, comes out in summer of 2015, and we're actually not sure whether the title is Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman, but yes, it's
Nice.
that rematch, that combination, the two guys on screen, and that's happening. I also have to say, I grew up reading these comics and read The Dark Knight Returns when it came out, and never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I'd be, you know, writing Batman, blah, 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 Superman, blah, 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 blah. That's crazy.
And I'm safe to say it now, I'm Batman.
No, right?
That's not the only exciting thing going on coming up. As of today, to celebrate the 75th anniversary, DC Comics is launching an uber cool project called the Superman Real Heroes Project. Anyone ever heard of this? Oh, it's behind me, isn't that great? So you will be able to, fans are invited to tell their stories about friends, about family members. You talk about a stranger you met on the street. Everybody who has, you want to talk about people who embody the traits of Superman himself. Strength, hope, power, optimism. And it's available today. RealHeroesProject.org. You can upload your story. They'll be doing them, there'll be new ones every week for some time to come from the Man of Steel cast. Henry's apparently has been uploaded today.
It has.
Don't you remember?
I do. Oh yeah, of course.
It was a good story. It touched my heart. I loved it. And join fans around the world in the Man of Steel cast. So please jump on board. Hail some friends, hail some family members, the people who embody Superman in your life. It's a good thing. Anybody have any questions?
Yes. Wow.
Or you in?
Actually, I have not gotten back into it. I've had no time, and as I think anyone who knows that game in particular knows that it becomes a bit of an addiction, and I need to sleep so I can work.
Was it Minecraft?
No.
Hi, I'm Scott. Just wondering.
Keep anything because it was all under lock and key. And so instead, I had something made, which was a replica of the key which I have, the command key which I wear. And I had a replica made and I gave it to 4 of my friends as well, who were closest in my life. And yeah, so that's what I kept.
But Henry also made for all the crew, which was incredibly classy, a commemorative coin, you know, sort of a Superman coin for the cast and the crew of the film, which was amazing.
I knew Chris. He was a friend of mine, and I'm so glad you brought him up because he was a great guy and a wonderful representation of Superman. So I think we should give him a hand. The keepsake I have is a cell from the animation. Do you know what a cell is? It's the celluloid, whatever it's called. That plastic stuff that they draw on. That's my keepsake. But also, some of you may know that I do a web series called The Daily Show with my son, and there's a little Superman that's kind of squishy, that doesn't really look like Superman, that appears magically in all these different shots that we do in our silly little web series. And by the way, we have a new Daily Show premiering soon with a lot of former Supermen who will be guest stars in that show.